Work was crazy and I had time, so it is what it is. And my eyeshadow took me a long time.
Where it is?
Yeah, I'm looking like,
What eyeshadow? What? Hey guys, welcome back to the Lived It podcast. I'm your host, Liv, and I'm so glad to have you guys here yet another Monday. Don't we just love Mondays?
Yes. Love it.
Cammy, that was your cue to come in and be like, yes.
Hey.
So guys, this is the episode that I have been raving about, like when I explained. For those of you, let me start here. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And also, if you haven't listened to, what was the name of that episode? Yeah, what's really the problem? If you haven't listened to that episode, this is pretty much stemming off of that. In that episode, I just kind of gave my opinions of what I thought was the issue with our generation, why the relationships and the marriages don't work. And this is proven facts, so no one feel like I'm just talking out of my head. Like, our generation, high divorce levels, relationships don't work. It is what it is. And I pretty much shared my experiences of what was the issue in my relationship, why, my boyfriend and I have broken up 6 times over the past 11 years. So, I have today, Cammy, why are you laughing? This isn't funny, this is my life, I've survived it. I put together a group of women, all from different relationship statuses, so I feel like this is going to be the perfect conversation because it's going to come from so many different point of views. So I put together my friend Cammy. Say hi, Cammy.
Hi.
My cousin / sister's Trelly.
Hi, everybody. I'm back.
Oh yeah, Trelly was one of my first guests, so I'm officially like the ish. I have recurring guests.
Yes, I'm here.
And then I have my cousin Nara.
Hello.
Okay, so let me just introduce them by the status of their relationship. So, you guys have myself, Liv. I've been in a relationship on and off for the past 11 years. I'm still unmarried, so I definitely do click the single tab. We have Nara. She is a newlywed who will be celebrating her first year anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So she's newlywed. We have Kentra, as you guys know from her episode, which was Let Go and Let God. Mm-hmm. Very, very great episode. If you haven't listened to that, go ahead and go back and listen because that was awesome.
It was really good. So,
Kentra's divorced. And then I have my friend Cammy, who is single. Cammy, you still single?
Yes, I am single by choice.
Yeah, by choice. Cammy is definitely like the overachiever, the career-driven woman, and I like to tell her, from time to time, this is the reason why she's single, because like her standards are just so high. But we're all different, so this is going to be a very, very, very good conversation. So let's chat. In the last episode, I pretty much said that what I felt was the issue in our generation was pretty much that we don't communicate with one another. We're petty.
Very.
I'm petty.
I'm petty too.
Hey, I'm petty. It's a Leo thing.
Yeah.
I'm petty. Like I've been trying to change. Like very tit for tat. Like, oh, you did this. Oh, you don't want to clean. I'm not cleaning this house. Yeah. So, and also, what was the other thing I said?
You said communication. You said
the pettiness.
I don't remember.
Something else. Guys, just go back and listen because we've been drinking. And we're going to bring this episode to you guys. So, you guys want to go like in a circle, or I just want to hear what you guys think is the issue. And we can kind of interject from there. Let's start with you now. What do you think? Wait, before I even ask you what do you think is the issue, do you think it's an issue with like today's generation, like the relationships and the marriages don't last, or you think it's just kind of based on how you see the glass half full or half empty?
No, I definitely think it's an issue with this generation, with the relationships not lasting. The millennials in these days, they don't even want to get married, first of all.
Right. They don't.
You throwing shade?
They don't. They don't want that commitment.
They don't want that commitment. They don't want that title of being married, being husband and wife.
And when we're ready to go, we want to be able to leave.
Exactly.
Like when I say I'm done, I'll be like, I'm done. Ain't
You don't
no
gotta
papers,
sign no
ain't
papers,
pens,
right?
ain't no judges, ain't no splitations.
Exactly.
Right.
So you think it's that they don't want the commitment?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, what you think, Charlie?
From my standpoint, I feel like they feel like the other women out there, they can get them without having to give all of this, without having to give you the commitment, without having to do all of the husband stuff.
Right,
You know,
right.
so if we have women out there that are offering these things, why not? Why not? So that's my standpoint. I must stay married and stay in the house and do these things when I have somebody that I could give
Drop
the
by
bare
2 in the
minimum.
morning.
Exactly.
With
Give
some
them
IHOP.
with some IHOP, a date here and there, so they're getting the bare minimum, and they don't have to offer their entire self, their bank account, their checks, their 401k. They don't have to sign on
Their
for
trust.
that. All of that. They don't have to sign on for that. So us as women are offering ourselves for less. So they have options.
That's a very
Why should I be with you and stay in this relationship and feel so obligated?
And then you want to leave and take half.
Exactly. When I have this one on the side that can call me, and all I gotta do is just,
Slide
do
her
a little slide.
$1,000.
Exactly.
they have
Get
to
her a
like
little
this
purse
way,
here
baby.
and there, a little bag, and she's always there. So
Yeah.
definitely, I feel like they feel like they have options. Now, is the option equivalent to what they have at home? Probably not.
Right.
But
That's a valid point.
yeah.
What you got, Cammy?
Honestly, I feel that some women don't know their worth. They don't know their values. I also feel like there's a lot of men, I won't say all, I will say some, that are,
5%?
no, I won't say 85%, because we do have some decent young men in this world. But I would say that we have some men that are intimidated by women. Because nowadays we have women that are very successful, that are considered breadwinners. And you have some men that were taught that they were supposed to be the breadwinner. They were supposed to be the man of the household, and that's okay to be the man of the household. But in this day and age, we have some women that actually makes more than men, and some men don't.
But they can't take it?
They can't take it. They don't want to accept it.
But you think I never thought that was an issue, like that the woman makes more until like I got of age and it was like it was an insecurity. What if my woman making money? Step up and make as much money as me. What's the big damn deal?
Well, here it is. I think it's a pride thing for men. Sometimes in men you have to stroke their ego. And some men,
with him,
well,
that's what it is.
say for instance you go on a date and you go on a couple's date, and you have, it's you and your significant other, and then you have the other couple, and then you usually see when the waiter comes, they pass the bill to the guy.
Not nowadays. They push that in the middle.
Well, it depends on what restaurant you go to. They usually say, okay, you know what? I'll go. Let me give this to the guy. And sometimes it's about a guy stroking their egos. It's a pride thing. Usually guys are brought up to
Be the breadwinner.
Be the breadwinner. Like I want to take care of my family. But nowadays, you have women that are actually the breadwinner, and it doesn't sit well with certain guys.
Would you date a guy that makes less than you?
I have dated a guy.
I said, would you? I didn't.
You say past tense? I have, and it actually was, I won't say an issue, because my problem in my relationships mainly was I was too independent. I was more of the woman that, you know what, I could do it. I'll take care of it. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it.
And then you catch your attitude when the man ain't doing nothing.
Right.
No,
you don't even do this for me. You're doing it all by your damn self.
No, I wouldn't say that. I was more of the person, let me specify my sign. I am a Virgo. So, if you do know any Virgo people, then you'll know exactly how Virgo people are. We do sometimes have pride, in certain situations. And if I ask you, I'm not gonna keep asking you to do something. If I ask you one time and you don't do it, it's already gonna be taken care of.
I agree with
That's
that.
how I am.
I agree with that.
You understand what I'm saying? Like
That's the one thing we could
Yeah,
be one
yeah.
at.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
it
once.
can be the simplest thing. I
Thing.
can literally ask you to carry my car to get clean.
And if you don't
do it, I carry it myself. And don't
saying.
ask me where I'm at.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, find somebody to do it.
Right.
Right?
And it's
Is it?
me as a person. I'll speak as Cammie's behalf.
Yeah, speak for Cammy.
I'm gonna speak for
We're all
Cammie.
here. You're speaking for Cammy and also the career-driven, overachieving, independent.
Lord.
Don't need a man for nothing.
Okay.
women.
Okay.
Cammy, you got a lot on your shoulders right now. You got to represent your whole community.
Yeah,
Right?
you're right. You absolutely right. So, can I introduce myself?
Go ahead.
So, my name is Cammie. As my friends would say, my friends and family, they think that I am very hard. I tend to be very hard on myself.
Think.
Okay.
Well, some say. But I'm the type of person, like, I won't say that I am a 100% perfectionist, but I like to say that I like to make things correct and perfect.
But there's no such thing as perfect.
Correct. In life, there's nothing perfect. But you have to, in life, you have to accept the
Which you're striving.
which you're striving,
Imperfection.
and your imperfection. You have to also
Strive for
accept that.
perfection.
Right.
I think that's like insanity though, because it's never gonna be perfect. So it's like.
But she's saying she's striving for it, so it doesn't
But if
mean
you never hit perfection, you'll be striving.
for the rest
Like,
of your life. I
like
get
you would never be in a content space because it's like, no, I gotta do better. No, I can do better. This is
No, you know, and some point in time in my life, I do beat myself up and be like, you know what, Cammie, like, you could have did this. You could have did that. I tend to brainstorm, like, or try to Monday quarterback, as they say. Monday quarterback, like, you know what, maybe in this situation, you probably could have did it better if you did this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you tend to want more. Me as a person, I always strive for more. If I set a goal, I'm gonna get it and do as much as I can. I don't care if I lose sleep. I'm gonna work my butt off until I get to where I need to go.
Do you think that's like a flaw, like relationship wise, like that you strive and you push for perfection?
Yeah,
like,
and-
you always want more.
Okay, so since I'm the single friend as of right now, and I'm the single friend, and
I'm single. I'm single. I'm dating.
I checked single on the box.
well, technically, I'll speak as the single person because I have been in relationships, and all my relationships have been long, but that's nothing to brag about because it wasn't successful. You get what I'm saying?
But it's a learning lesson.
It's a learn. I think every relationship, every life experience is a lesson. Some people last for a season. Some people are blessings. And we learn, we grow. That's what makes us more wise. That's what create wisdom for us as a person, as far as a relationship. As far as me and my relationship goes, I've learned how to communicate better. I've learned, because before in my past, I was known as the block queen.
You still kind of
Right,
do that.
you still block people.
No, I haven't.
And when
The
she-
year of 2020, I haven't blocked no one yet.
Wait, for when she says block, she means like if she has an issue with someone, she blocks them on her cell phone where they can't call or text her.
Right. Correct. And then, you know,
So you don't like to solve problems. You're like, is it?
No, it was a point
You wanna
in my
protect
life.
your peace.
I actually wanted to protect my peace, which wasn't healthy, because as you grow, you learn, you mature, you then realize, like, okay, you know what? Maybe if you sat and communicated and tried to understand what was actually going on, And maybe that person didn't know, like, okay, they probably offended you. Maybe that person didn't know that,
Exactly.
you
It goes
know.
back to communication.
Yeah, communication plays a big part in any relationship. It doesn't even have to be a relationship as you being a significant other. It could be a relationship as within family. It could be a relationship with as friends. It doesn't matter. But like I said, I'm still learning.
Right.
2019 taught me a lot. That I can say. 2019 taught me a lot.
Relationship based? Right.
As far as in relationship based,
You learn a lot about yourself, or
I learned a lot about myself. I refound myself, I want to say, January 1st, 2020.
that is so cliche. That is so cliche. You found yourself on New Year's Day.
Yes, I actually found my... And you know what? I wasn't going to be comfortable, but, you know, whatever.
Let it out, sis.
This is the
Open
Lived It
up.
podcast. Like, we lived it. We
I
survived
was
it.
actually in a long relationship. It was on and off relationship. And I recommend women, young women, teenagers or whatever, like, you never get in a relationship where to the point where you start loving someone more than you love yourself. Because then you tend to lose yourself. And when you lose yourself and then that person goes left, what do you have?
Nothing left.
You understand what I'm saying? So, in my point in life, like,
You felt
everybody
like you got
think,
to that point though?
yeah. I feel like I, at one point in time, that I got to that point. And, you know, when people see me, they be like, oh, Cammy, high standards, bougie. I get that a lot. I get the bougie, I get the high standards,
Bougie.
right? But it's, people don't understand. I'm the type of person, like, I will hold a lot of stuff in, which is not good. I'm more of the person where, like, I will make sure that my friend's okay, my cousin's
You are.
okay.
You definitely are.
Like,
It's-
you guys can vent to me, and I will hold my problems in
To help you with
to
you.
help
Yeah.
you guys with y'all's. That's been me. You know what I'm
you do that
saying?
in relationships as well, though.
She does.
Sometimes, yes. In
Are you
relationships.
speaking for guys? Let's just put this on the table. Camille and Trelly are best friends. Cammy and Trelly are best friends. So, yeah.
She does. So even if she can't see it, she does. She'll put that person before herself and make sure that they're content, and then just keep her stuff on the back burner. I mean, it's a great quality.
Until she explodes.
It's a great quality until you explode or he exposes something, and then it's left from there.
Right.
But you know what? I mentioned that in my previous podcast, the one that we're branching off from. What's really the problem? That it was the same thing with me and my boyfriend. Like, I was kind of labeled as, like, I'm his girlfriend. So I didn't have any dreams or goals or aspirations. I was just kind of like, okay, whatever you want to do, baby, I support you. Like, he could come to me and say, I'm trying to build a skyscraper. We're going to build that skyscraper. And then I, like, kind of sat back one day and I was like, I don't have any goals. I don't do anything, like, not to say, like, I don't go out and stuff, but I just didn't, I didn't have anything that I was working on personally. Not that he wouldn't support me in it, I just didn't have it. And then one day I just was like, no, like, I need to, like, figure out myself. I need to get myself together, build myself, because at the end of the day, when these things don't work out, you're all you have. And when you said that, I was like, you know what? That's a very valid point, Cammy. I want to hear from you now, like, because you're newlywed. You got married at what, 27? 26.
26.
You got married at 26. So, what made you, like, feel comfortable, like you said, because the millennials.
Me. If you say the me first, then it'll come. Millennials. I guess.
I guess we'll call them nils. This generation, they don't want commitment. So, like, what made you feel comfortable in saying, you know what, this is what I want for myself, and I'm gonna go for this?
To be honest, I wasn't comfortable at first. Before he even proposed or we even thought about marriage wasn't on our mind at all.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we had a baby. We was like, okay, we were still gonna continue on. You know, we heard y'all need to get married now, or this and that or whatever.
I hear it every time.
You know, it came from
The pressure.
Right, you had the pressure. Or don't have another baby until y'all married, like, or whatever. it was our life, so we wasn't thinking about marriage at that point. But after a while, we talk about it. We was like, we're together. We knew each other a long time, so we were like, okay, maybe one day we'll get married or whatever. And when he popped the question, we still weren't sure, like, when are we gonna do this, or are we gonna do this? Are we gonna be the couple that's just gonna be engaged for a long time?
That was me.
Hello, hi. That was me, Charlie, over here.
Like, we never really we did eventually, but in the beginning we never really sat down and like, okay, we're gonna get married so and so or whatever. So when it finally came to the time when we talked about it, we had a discussion. We're like, are we in this because we have a child together? Mm-hmm. Are we in this because our parents are telling us, oh, y'all need to get married or don't have another child until y'all get married? Like, what are we really doing here?
Right.
Whatever, and then we both talked about it and we're like, we both love each other.
So wait, you guys talked about getting married?
Yes, no, we talked about it.
After the engagement.
After the engagement.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
No,
After the engagement.
No, not before the engagement. Before the engagement.
Because this engagement was a surprise.
Yeah,
it was a surprise.
I didn't know he was gonna give. Honestly, I never.
No, we seen the video.
We're like,
ugly crying.
I was like, what? This is happening?
Honestly, I didn't think I would be married right now. Let me just put that out there. Like that.
Right.
I thought I was gonna be like 34, just getting married. That's what I thought.
You saying that's gonna be me?
It might be. But that's who I thought I was gonna be, really. But after we got engaged, we talked about it like, are we really gonna do this? And y'all know him. Mm-hmm. He don't talk a lot. He was like, yeah. So it was kind of, yeah. So it's like kind of like I had to get it out of him, but we eventually talked about it, and that's when I got comfortable to the fact that I'm getting married at 26.
I'm about to be somebody's wife.
I'm about to be somebody's wife. I'm about to be with the same man for
forever.
Let that sink in.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm
God.
about to have a couple more children with this same man, and I'm getting to my 30s, and I'm like, so, but yeah, I wasn't comfortable at first, and eventually we had that talk, and that's when we both got comfortable, and we both made the decision, we're gonna get married, we're gonna do this because we love each other, not because somebody told us to get married, not because we have a child together, because we love each other, and this is what we want to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what kind of pushed me off from getting married. Because, like, I said on one of my previous episodes that I've been proposed to twice, but it was almost like, I don't want nobody, like, people are, like, just expecting this from me. Like,
To get married.
And then another thing, I'm like, I'm scared to, like, fail at it. Like, I would be distraught if I have to go through a divorce. Yeah. And that's why you did it. Honestly, I know the ins and outs, but, like you bounce back.
But it wasn't easy, and if I had to do it all over again, like what I want to choose, knowing that I was gonna get divorced in the beginning. I mean, nobody knows, but I wouldn't have did it. I wouldn't have done it if I knew that we wasn't gonna go down that path to the end and being happy or whatever. I would have never went down the aisle if I knew. But like I said, you never know. So at that point in time, we had been engaged for a while. Why not? We're living together. We're not leaving each other. So why not? And I feel like that was the pressure. You're about to have another kid. You're pregnant.
You're about third child.
You got to throw that in there? But I'm about to be on baby number 3. And like, what are we doing? What are we doing? If we're not moving forward towards marriage, this is a waste of time, honestly.
Right.
It is a waste of time. So if I could take it back and know that it wasn't going to work in the end, I probably would have never did it. But I had to do it to get where I am today.
Right. And it's all, like I said, it's all a life lesson. Like, I don't, even like my mom called me this morning and she was like, you need to get married. What are you guys doing? It's been 11 years. What's the problem? You've already
Wait,
been...
did she say 11?
Yeah.
She said the exact number. She's counting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty much hearing this like every day, but little does she know, she making me not want to get married. Like all this pressure. Like, how you think I feel? You'd have been divorced twice.
And then that pressure is a serious thing. Like it's like because you go down the aisle, you're expecting to make this is gonna work. Like so that pressure almost is like pressure bust pipe, like they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pressure bust pipe because like you're feeling that heaviness and like you have to try it. But if that person isn't meeting you at the same point that you're at, it's a waste of time, honestly.
Why even go through it?
Why even go through it?
Exactly.
At least you didn't have a wedding.
Girl, I had a wedding.
It was a ceremony, Trinity.
Tell nobody.
Well, actually,
I was in Tallahassee.
She called me the day of.
She did. She called me too, and she was like, "Hey, I'm about to get married." I'm like, "I'm headed to work. What kind of
You couldn't
what?"
call out for your friend.
Listen,
I think that was a red flag. Like
Right,
shotgun weddings.
It was so much red flags. Liv. Not Vinci. Liv. I want to say Vinci so bad, but we're calling her Liv now. But anyway, it was so much red flags. But I was determined, and he was determined. It's not just me like, oh, I put this pressure on him. No. I felt like there was something in him that really did want to work. It just, he had to work. We didn't know that he had to work on himself before he could say that we could do this together.
Right.
So, and vice versa for me. I had to work on me. He had to work on himself. Once he works on himself, and we'll take me out of the equation. Once you work on yourself and you're whole by yourself, and once he works on himself and he's whole by himself,
Hello?
when you come together, it is going to work.
Did I not just
You
play
cannot-
this clip with Will and Jada?
I'm just saying, you can't, and this is from Trelly, okay? You cannot come to somebody halfway or 75%. That's not gonna work. You have to love yourself for you before you come to that other person. And if we both weren't whole before we come together, it's not gonna work. It's really not. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
I'm just here taking notes. I need to
And you saying that, it's like now where I am in my life now, like I am so whole. It's not even like I'm
So
unstoppable.
you ready to get married again?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying. I'm saying that, you know, when I do meet that person or whatever God has for me, I am whole. I am going to be, and hopefully he is whole, and I will recognize that from the beginning.
Right.
You know, so I'm not even right at this point in my life. I'm like, Cammy, baby, I'm not giving you no
The
chances.
streets been waiting.
wait a minute. Where would you say Cammy?
I mean, I'm like you in the sense that, like, I'm not taking no BS. Basically, I'm not taking it. So if I know in the beginning we're not even dating, why? If this is not the end goal and this is not where we're at, and you're not 100 and I'm 100, I'm already coming with the 100. You need to come with the 100. So we should be 200% by the time as we meet up.
And you know what? I honestly think that, first of all, I would like to say this. This is the longest I have ever in my life been single.
That's interesting.
That's very
That is
interesting.
very interesting.
Because I always been in a relationship, and you know,
no time for yourself.
no time
to
for
work on
myself,
Cammy.
no time for healing. And in order for you to
Talked about that
process,
in my last podcast
Right.
episode.
in order for you to process and move forward with someone else or go to a new chapter, you have to make sure that your inner self is healed. If it's not healed, then you're gonna bring the old baggage that you left from
The trust
the last chapter
Right.
to the new chapter,
Right.
and so which cause more problems, because now it's like, okay, this person say something to you, you questioning it. You having insecurities, you having some type of trust, like, oh man, you might be the same person. But I always recommend I don't recommend breakups, but if it doesn't work out, you know, it happens. It's a part of life. Everything is not perfect, which one I'm still working on, I'm still learning. Everything is not perfect. But in relationship processing, when you break up or if it doesn't work out, you have to work on self.
Right.
You have to practice self-love, because if you can't love yourself,
By yourself.
you cannot learn how to love others. In order for you to love others and in order for you to move forward, you will need to learn how to love self first.
Right.
So that I'm still working on, but I can say from personal experiences, I was always known to be in relationships. So this is my first time.
How long have you been single, Cammy? This is what they call it, sobriety.
Sobriety.
Sobriety test.
Right.
How long have you been single, Cammy?
Oh man. Oh, let's see.
She counting on her fingers.
Fingers.
Counting on
Two
her
hands. Two hands. Pretty deep.
Okay, I've been actually single for 5 months. In between those 5 months, it's been a learning experience. You know, when you single, people hear that you're single, the old tide starts to try to come back.
Them texts.
You know what I'm saying? The old text.
What you say?
The hey, big
how
head.
you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, just
So-
stopping by to say hello.
Hi.
You're right. Hey, or the hey, beautiful.
Hey, beautiful.
How's your
Okay.
day going? You know.
I was just stopping by.
Yeah, you know.
How you been?
Oh, you ran across my mind. You know, everybody tends to go through that experience, and I have experienced that before. You know, like I said, I was in a long relationship, and it was a rough journey for me. And I thank God for my mom, my family, you know, Trelly, of course.
I am.
You know, and Vinci bought me this book, and it actually touched me because it made me see, like, Cammy, you know, you can't lose yourself. You go through things, and you know, things happen. It's a part of life experiences. You learn. That's how you create wisdom. That's how you move forward. That's how you create growth. And in this book, it was presented as like different goals or where you want to reach, where you see yourself. And at that time, whereas I'm that friend, I'm that family, I'm that sister, I'm that cousin that's like, everybody bring their problems to me. But the question is who I bring my problems to.
Well, technically, you take on people's problems too.
Right, because
I do.
you can talk to me about your problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, but then it's like, you know, at some point in time when you're going through something, at that point in time, you had a lot going on. You was going through something. Vinci had something going on. Janara was going through something. So it's like, okay, you don't want to be...
Weigh me down. Don't tell me where you don't.
No. But as a person, I was speaking as a Virgo.
If we're close on that level, I don't care if I'm going through something. If my friend's going through something, let me know. Like, we gonna go through this together. Like,
Right.
Even with me and Trelly, she was going through a breakup. I was going through a breakup. We was going through a breakup together.
Yeah, but you
Crying
know,
every
as
night.
I was like showing text messages. What he saying?
You think he had to say that to me?
Girl, you didn't believe what he just texted me. Let me see. He told me the same thing.
You know what?
yesterday.
You need to go out tomorrow night. You need to go out.
We going out tomorrow.
But you know, to get back on the topic, you know, like I said, me being single, I started to learn how to love me all over again. And I started to find myself again. And what I learned is you never love someone more than you love yourself. Because once you start loving someone more than you love yourself, you start to lose yourself. And God will take that away from you. Because once you start loving someone more than yourself, then you start loving someone more than you love God. And that's a problem. So that was a lesson for me. So 2020, I learned to love myself. Every day is still a learning experience. I learn how to grow and try to move forward. I'm working on my communication. I haven't blocked anyone 2020.
Praise God. Hallelujah.
I'm so proud of you.
And I'm actually learning how to communicate a little bit better.
Yes.
You know, instead of blocking someone and not actually.
And I be telling her.
People got to say. It's
Yeah.
like,
But when she called me and said, "Oh, such and such do this," I'll be like, "Cammy, did you look at it from their standpoint?"
or what they say, I don't know. I blocked them. What?
So they messaged you and you ain't even get to read it?
Right,
Suppose it was
I
an
blocked-
apology.
yeah, like-
People are human.
Yeah.
People are human. Things happen. Whatever the case may be. No, now if they do that again, then that's something
Now,
different.
some
But this
people
is
deserve to be blocked. I do understand that, but at the same time, I've been learning that as well. Like, just giving people the room to communicate. Because
Right.
I'm like that. Like, I would cut people off and, like, you did this? And, like, that was something God was working on me. Like, the end of 2019, the beginning of 2020, it was like, you can't keep cutting people off. You ain't gonna have nobody to talk to. Like, you're not
because I
gonna
was
have
this
no-
close. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
It was like, if you keep cutting people off, like, you keep saying that you want this and you want that and you want to be surrounded by positivity, like you said, but every time I send somebody, like, the slightest incident, cut off. Now, some people deserve to get cut off, but at the same time, you still have to like give people. It's still about communication at the end of the day.
Right.
Like once we can communicate and come to a meeting point, we can move in like this new version of me. Like I'm working on myself, y'all. So
Right.
we're gonna see how this go. But
Right.
this new version of me, like once we can communicate and apology can be issued if need be, or we can like kind of meet in the middle, I'm willing to try again.
But Vinci, I feel like that's okay. Your friends and your family get that leeway. So what would your viewpoint be when it comes to dating, right?
It depends on the length of the relationship
Okay.
for me. Like, I'm not giving no person who I've been talking to for 2 months no leeway. You better be on point.
Okay. So no, honestly, because I'm out here dating.
No, you're actually very forgiving.
I am. That's a
Too
point.
forgiving.
Yeah, I honestly feel
What?
like that's kind of
Yeah.
a weakness for you because
Yeah.
you're so soft-hearted. It's like people could do you wrong and then come back to you and like, I'm sorry. And you're like, well they apologize.
Right.
And then honestly, they probably didn't mean it.
No, I always said that
We
I always said that me and Control was night and day. She was more like, someone do something to her, okay, she forgive. Me, I'm like, you know what? No, I'm done. You know, the Virgos would be a little lenient, but they like, you know what? Leo's more like, okay,
No,
I'm
I
forgiving.
honestly feel
But
like
it really
I'm
isn't-
more of a Cancer.
But honestly, it really because Leos are very hardcore. So in the sense of being cut somebody off, but we're also embedded. If I feel like I embedded in you and we love each other and we're, you know what I'm saying, like. So it's
But
hard
you
to
do that with
just
people that you don't love.
shut up. But I'm just saying, like, I really would give you a chance to show or whatever, especially, and then that's my bad, I guess, quality. I guess I fall in love. I really would,
I think Leos fall in love quick.
Quickly, I was gonna
Yes,
say.
You don't
they
think
do.
so?
I think so.
think
Leos,
really,
I think Leos
But you're
fall
a Leo
in love
too.
quick.
But I'm born on the 23rd, so I'm like a mixture. I'm like a Cancer.
You're on the club. She's what they call it is a
I
club.
don't think that's just Leos, because I fall in love quickly too, honestly.
What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
I don't know if I fall in love
But
quick.
maybe what it is that we see
Love
the
hard.
potential and we love hard.
Yeah.
So it's
Love
like we
hard.
see the potential and it's like, okay, I could deal with this, and we go in and once we for you, whatever it is, whatever. But that's also a bad quality, especially
It can
And people say abuse that.
especially
with the
dating
wrong
now.
person.
Like I'm like, oh my god, I can't take it. Like
Like even getting married, like I felt like I saw like he wasn't nobody's perfect, first of all, but a lot of people were in my ear saying, oh, why him? Or something like that, but I saw the potential.
Right.
And that's just the quality I have. I see the potential in people, and I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to anybody saying why him or why this or why that. I saw the potential. He can be a great man, and he is a great man. And when you see the potential in your partner who you're with, it doesn't matter what anybody
says, right.
else says.
I can looking through your lens.
Yeah, and they're not the person at the end of the day. They're not the person who had to marry him. They're not the person who has to be with him. They're not the person who has a child with him.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just the potential.
Shout out to Willow. Shout out to Willow.
we're over here.
Yeah.
This girl over here talking about potential, baby.
Potential.
What you doing?
Yeah.
It wasn't easy.
It never is.
But honestly, if you put in the work and he's coming with the same effort, I can definitely respect the effort.
Yeah.
I can definitely respect the fact that you put me first in a relationship. I can definitely respect the fact that whatever we go through, you're definitely going to take my feelings into account, regardless of what people thought you were. This is who you are now. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
But I think that was definitely an issue in your marriage.
yeah, it was.
We're not gonna listen to Drill on that note.
But
Yeah,
But I could say this now, Vinci. I could say this now, like you know what I'm saying. Now in Naris, because she just spoke on it or whatever. The fact that she saw the potential, whatever. Yeah, in my marriage, the potential was always there, but he still have to put the effort.
Right.
If he ain't doing his part, I could see the potential all I want to see the potential.
Right.
I could see it. Everybody else could have seen it.
With a telescope.
But like Willow has to want to do it. If it,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and that's what he did. He was able to step up and be that person for Chinara, be that father, be that friend, be whatever, be that husband. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, if they're meeting you to that point, then definitely. But if you don't have anybody that's giving you the same effort that you're putting in, it's a waste of time. I can see the potential all I want. It doesn't matter if they don't see the potential in themselves.
And you know, also what plays a part is in relationships, you have to be careful with family.
Letting them in.
Letting them in. Sometimes in life,
Not all of them are happy for you.
exactly, they may say, I'm happy, congrats. But then deep down inside, it's something called a jealous spirit and it's real. You get what I'm saying? And you won't know until you start seeing things. Sometimes it be your own. You don't know.
God just using you, Cammy.
And
Touching
you have to sit back, observe, and analyze. And I've went through that where sometimes one side of my family be happy and the other side of my family be like, well, you too good for this person. I feel like you could do better. How could you know what I do better behind closed doors? You don't know that person. You're not dating that person.
Right.
Are you dating that person or am I dating that person?
Right.
And sometimes in life, we tend to have people in our ear and we forget that our own happiness needs to exist. We want to live for other people. We want to live to appease family members. But at the end of the day, you have to grow for that person.
Right.
So if you're not happy with that person, it's because of your own will. Not because of my auntie, my cousin, my daddy, my mommy. Like, no. You have to live for you.
Yeah.
Live.
I like how you just. Let me ask y'all a question. In any past relationship, it doesn't have to be the most recent one or stop drinking. Cammy, don't take another sip. Because the Lord already using you and I don't want the devil to overpower. But in any past relationship, I'll start. What do you think was like kind of the demise in the relationship or why it didn't work out? So I'll start by saying I'm petty. Like, I don't respond well off of disrespect. When I feel disrespected, I would like literally walk out of the relationship. Like, I don't care what attachments we got. I don't care if the mortgage is signed to both of our names. I don't care if you didn't bought me an island. If I feel disrespected, I'm out. Which is
The island?
listen, when I feel disrespected, I'm out. And I'm petty. I'm petty and like I was very tit for tat. So I'm like, oh.
You want to do that?
Oh.
Okay, to play that game.
Stepping out? You ain't know. God made these knees to step.
I actually experienced that. I had I'll speak of one of my past relationships. I had one of my exes, they bought me a home.
Ooh, child.
This is what I'm talking about. Let's toast to the home. The home buying. Hey, toast.
Yeah. They I actually had a good relationship.
Fully furnished.
Fully furnished. They bought me a home and but it was more of history. The question was history or happiness?
Wow. That deep.
That's a tough choice.
Oh my God, that deep.
And you know, sometimes we try to base our relationship of because I was with this person for so long, forever.
Yeah.
I settle.
Right.
And we then lose ourselves. You can't settle and you're not happy. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like you have to make a choice. And some people was like, "What, girl? Are you stupid? You leave a whole house, but at the end of the day,
First of all, I could buy myself a house.
exactly, homes, residence.
Ooh, baby, resident.
You get what I'm saying? and that what made me admire my mom, who she is today, is because I'm not praising, I'm glorifying someone being single. I'm not doing that. But at the end of the day, I can hold my own weight. When you say a table, I bring my own table with chairs.
Ooh.
Okay?
They got cushions?
So it's like, just because someone presents something to you, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to always accept it. If you're not happy, I don't care what my auntie say. Oh, Kami, da 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 da. He bought this. Da, da. I don't care. I don't care, because I'm the person that have to live in that house. I'm the person that have to
Big old empty house.
Right. You know, so you have to make sure that you are happy and you're loved. Not only love spiritually, physically, mentally, unconditionally. Some people don't understand the definition of unconditional love. People just say, yeah, I love you. And I think this is more of the millennials, like, yeah, I love you. But people don't know the true meaning of love. If I'm sick and I can't walk, and if I can't go to the bathroom, if I can't do this, I can't bathe myself, I can't do this, are you gonna sit there? Are you gonna be by my side? Don't just tell me because I love you because, oh yeah, you're pretty.
Like you got
you
a big booty.
You got a big butt.
Oh, you got a big
Shape.
booty though.
I do. You know what? And I used to be insecure about that.
What?
Yeah. When I was,
But remember when we was in middle school, booties was not a big thing.
it wasn't a big thing, and I always was a kid. I always
like
can
her
be
butt.
known as the big butt with hips, and I used to hide that. I used to try to wear
didn't like her
baggy
booty.
clothes.
Yeah.
I never liked in my butt. I'm like, mommy, why do I have a big butt?
Thousands of dollars.
Now, back then when we were growing up,
Yeah, that wasn't a thing.
it wasn't a thing, and I used to be so ashamed. I used to be trying to hide it, cause I was like, man, looking around like I was the one with the big butt, the hips, the thighs. I'm like, why my thighs have to be so big? Why my butt have to be so big? And I used to be so ashamed of it.
I'll take some.
Listen, when I used to go on dates, if I go on a date, I used to tell the guy, look that way, look the opposite way, and then I'm getting out. Don't look at my butt. And it used to be so crazy. I know.
no.
And it used to be so crazy because it used to be like, I used to get teased so much about my butt. I was a girl with a big butt. Until as I started growing up, one people be like, you have a shape. Girl, you have a shape.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? People paying for this shape. And it took me like years because I used to be so insecure about my shape. Flat stomach, caramel skin,
Oh baby.
thick thighs,
Oh yeah.
boongy, hips. And I used to be like, mommy, where you get this shape from? Like, you ain't got no booty. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And it used to be like, I used to try to hide it so much. And then nowadays it's like, girls are like trying to get fake butts, fake hips. And it's like, why? Love yourself.
Lip injections.
You know what I'm saying? And I used to be like, oh my God, these are the things that I was so insecure about because God blessed me with it, but it like now it's like it's a new thing. You have to have a big butt. You have to have hips and thick thighs.
And nice breasts and big lips and all.
Well, I never had no bubbies. I never had none of
I
those.
had these same size breasts since like the 6th grade.
But I literally back then I used to go on dates and I used to tell guys, look the other way. While I'm getting out the car, don't look at my butt. And then they used to be like,
What?
What?
That's the whole reason I'm dating you.
What? Like what? And
that all not to cut you off, but that all comes with the point of learning to love yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's okay, and enhancements are okay. You never want to say, oh, whatever it takes to make you happy,
Right.
that's what it is. You were born with this. So learning to love yourself, just to hear your story, you were so insecure about this at a young age. And now this is what people want to look like.
Right.
People want to look like Cammy.
And I'd be like, I'm like, you want a big butt? Like, you can have some of mine. Because I'd be like, if they even knew the pressure that I had to get in these jeans. You know what I'm saying?
But now, if you ain't jumping to put jeans on.
I know, that's what Beyonce said. If you ain't jumping to put jeans on, you don't even know the pressure.
Daily. I jump daily. I jump
these
daily.
jeans glide on. They come like butter.
But yeah.
Wait. Back to my question.
Okay.
What was the question? What was the issue that you think in a past relationship? You feel like
Yeah.
I'm asking. You feel like it's because you didn't love yourself?
In my past relationships, I feel like that I was too independent. My communication wasn't up to par. I was too spoiled. I was used to certain things. That played a big factor.
Same.
Because I'm used to certain things, and then when someone comes to present themselves, it's like,
But he don't even got a haircut. But he ain't.
Oh, that's definitely her.
Yeah.
yeah. My
definitely
thing
her.
is with men, my first
Even
thing,
now,
teeth.
she be
Teeth
like-
plays a big factor with me.
Charlie even he had no haircut. He got the nerve to video call me without no haircut.
He's smiling, his teeth crooked.
No, it ain't gray. Like what? No. Listen,
But me say the teeth gray.
listen. It was one time I was in puberty. I know mom was talking to me, and I was like, "Open your mouth." His teeth was gray, and I had my camera like that. I will never forget. My cousin Tanya was like, "Cammy, what are you doing?" And this man literally opened his mouth. He let me film his teeth. Teeth plays a big factor with me. Teeth.
Yeah, but Cammy, what about his personality?
Listen, I learned that.
Those are fixable
Don't get me wrong.
things.
You right. I learned that back in the days, I
You
used to
gotta
be.
come at 100.
Yeah.
Listen, no, back in the days, I used to be like light skin, brown skin, da. I never was interested in a dark skinned guy. Never. That was never
Who would have thought?
my type at all. And then I had to learn the hard way, like, you know what? Learn personality. Learn to get to know people. And that's why I'm at. Because color,
All that stuff.
all the
It don't
glamour,
matter.
that doesn't mean anything.
And if it,
As long as he cherishes you, as long as he cherishes you as the black queen that you are,
Yeah.
whether he likes.
But you have to love who love you.
Ooh, mommy used to say that.
You get what I'm saying?
I don't really believe in that.
Fenty, mommy
No.
used to instill that in us.
I hear
She
it a lot,
said that
especially
you
with
could.
island women, you could grow to love somebody. I
Yeah.
think that's true.
She said that you could grow to love
It is
somebody.
true.
Grow to love
It's very
somebody.
true.
But
Listen,
Vinci, I guess she said that's because you want somebody that's going to go to the bat for you, that's gonna love you unconditionally, that's gonna, oh my God, I
don't
love.
Like you, I don't like you.
No, Vinci,
No,
no,
you
I
can't be
love
like
the
that.
ground that you walk on, Vinci. This is the mind. So you know he's gonna be there when you gain weight, lose weight, you're up, you're down. He's gonna be there if you, whatever the case may be, he's gonna be there.
I love
And-
who I love.
no.
yeah,
You
but
know,
Vinci, if he don't love you more or love you back the same, what's the sense of loving who you love?
Yeah, well, I mean, then we just ain't gonna be together. But I'm not gonna love who love me. It's a lot of people. Charlie, it's a lot of people that love me.
No, I
Okay.
think
I just want y'all to know.
But listen,
I got options out here.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, love you, not just love you, but love you unconditionally.
right.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that love you unconditionally.
Unconditionally,
When Liv, not even, I ain't even say Liv. When Vinci really come out, they still love you. That Vinci, because there's a savage in you that comes out that I don't know. That, you
I'm
know.
a savage.
Bougie, ratchet.
But
But anyway, but that savage in you, they're gonna love the savage in you and still respect you and still love you and not respect. I think that's the angle that they're going for when they say love who love you.
Right.
I don't love you.
absolutely.
You're gonna grow to love him. You're gonna grow to love
you
the fact,
don't.
Vinci. You're gonna
It's
grow.
hard on stuff like that when they come to love and stuff like that.
But
you know what? Just to
What I'm
touch-
saying is, they're gonna grow to love the fact that Vinci. They're gonna grow to love you after
But
a
am
while.
I gonna grow to love you back? If I don't like you, I don't like you.
No.
If I don't love you, I don't love you.
I have to technically disagree with you on that. So it was
let's get
on your
Cammy facts.
podcast. You spoke with
Kathy.
right? And
You talking about that.
she particularly said that sometimes God sent us a package that we don't expect. And I absolutely agree with that. Because we ask God for give me a fine man, healthy,
Damn.
wealthy, sexy, rich. All these things.
And you get none of that.
You're not getting none of that, but God is going to get someone that He's going to provide you with someone that loves you for you.
Amen.
Not for what you have. You know, the glitter and the glam. Okay, I want someone to love me and know me for Cammy without the makeup. Without the fancy car, without the fancy house, without the fancy job,
without the extensions.
without the extension. Oh well, I'm long hair, no care.
Ew.
But you know, love me for Cammy. No Cammy with the freckles. Don't know Cammy with the mock.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when you had that podcast with Kathy, it really actually touched me because like we tend to try to go on dates and we tend to get lashes, get our eyebrows done, get our hair fixed, but at the end of the day you're not waking up in the morning like that. So if a man can't love you like that,
I love my lashes.
I understand that.
Take these off.
Listen, I understand that. They could, but that's not you. That's not you. That's not the natural you. So you need to find someone that's gonna love you for you.
Facts.
Not okay. It's prime example. COVID-19.
But I understand all of that, but I still don't quite agree with you love who love you, because like I'm just the type of person, like if I'm not connected or attracted to you, it's you can love me as much as you. I've had men who moved heaven and earth for me.
Betsy,
Anything I want.
But listen to what you just said.
What?
They moved heaven and earth for you, and you didn't.
It's just if I
Because you didn't have that attraction.
no, not even that. It's a connection that I need to feel. If I don't feel that connection, it's not gonna work. Like I can.
Did
go
you
through
even give the
motions.
connection a
Yeah,
try?
No.
though?
I've given a guy a try who was not my type. Who that he was just out of the box, and it just was like, okay, well, you know, he's a good guy. You know, he really likes me, but it just was like, what am I doing this for? Like, there's no
Okay, speaking of that, in that sense, you basically suppose that was the guy that God sent for you.
Because if it was the guy that sent for me, he would have still been sitting right here.
Would a man sit there if you telling them, oh, you ain't the one for me,
No,
yo?
I wouldn't. Nah. I'm very respectful of like people. Like I wouldn't tell you like you're not my type. You're not light enough. You're not dark enough. Your hair isn't straight enough. Your hair's not kinky enough. But at the same time, I know what I want. Like you're not this enough. You're not like no.
I get it. Because, and then back to your original topic, if you ain't really into that, whatever, is your marriage really gonna last? Is why even walk down the aisle if you ain't really into them? Yeah, he love you. I get what you're saying. But I also understand how our older people are saying, you know, love who love you. I get it. I definitely get it.
It almost sounds like a settling point for me. Love who loves you. Like,
and that's a good point. It could be that was the time, that day and age.
Yeah,
that's
how I
what
feel.
worked.
Like it was like the women were home, not working, so if they found someone that was willing to take them on, and I don't want to say as a burden, but you don't work, you don't do anything but like cook and clean. Not necessarily saying you're a burden, but it almost sounds like, you know, he likes me, so I'm going, no.
I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I learned that I had to grow to love someone. It wasn't based on physical appearance, because it was the total opposite of everything that I would date.
Did it work?
No, it didn't work because I'm single.
I'm
single.
But did they love you?
They did love me,
Did
and
you
I think they still love me.
But did
Yeah,
you
but
go
what
to
type of love are you talking about? Now, wait, let's get to it.
They
Let's
still
get
love
into
me.
it.
I can't
What?
say.
But
Different shades
what
of
is love? What is love?
What's the version
What
of love?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they loved you, but did they love you enough to act right? Did they love you enough to do what it takes to keep Cammy?
Listen, the problem is, if you can't love me in my absence, then it ain't love.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh.
I need you to love me in my presence, love me in my absence. Love me in my absence count 10 times more than love me in my presence.
right?
Because that shows me not only do you love me, but you respect me.
And you're committed to me.
And you committed and you faithful.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? That plays a big that plays a big part. But, you know,
I have to get in that too.
Come on, speak.
Come, Nara.
Let me turn the
yes, no.
Hey. Let's hear from the married woman. Come on now.
And I'm gonna speak on my relationship that I'm in now, my marriage. Was he the person that I expected to marry? No.
So are you saying that there's something wrong with your husband?
No, there's nothing wrong with him at all. I thought down the line I was gonna marry a doctor, all that stuff. But he's not downplay him all because he's a very hard worker and he takes care of his family.
Shout out to Willow.
Hey, shout out to Willow. Willow, we talking about you a lot. Let's take a toast to Willow.
No, but that wasn't the man that I expected to marry. But going down the line, love who love you. He adored me. He worshipped me. Quote, quote. Like everything that I wanted in a man, he did do eventually. Not in the beginning.
In his own time.
It's okay, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
You just gotta get there.
Right. Eventually he did do everything that I wanted, or he showed me that you're the person I want to be with. You're the person I care about. You're the person I want to build with. And we do build. He wants to open businesses together. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. So it came to a point in time where, even though this wasn't the man that I expected to marry, or I expected to be with, or the type of man I expect to be with, he still showed the qualities of a man that I wanted.
Right.
And he shows that to this day. And even though we haven't been married a full year yet, we'll be married June 22nd, a full year. We haven't been married a full year, but honestly, our relationship is much better now that we're married before we were married.
Wow.
And
that's
that sounds-
powerful.
yeah,
Because
that
usually
sounds
you see
crazy.
the opposite.
Right, that sounds
You used to
crazy.
the
And when I even told my mom that, and she was like, kind of like, why did you marry a man that you were kind of scared to marry before your relationship? Because honestly, our relationship wasn't that good before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds crazy to even say I married the man that our relationship wasn't that good with.
But like you said, you saw something in him.
I saw the potential in him. And June 22nd, 2019, when we got married, our relationship has been great.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about who are you about to marry, or what type of man you want to marry, or who you meet, or whatever. It's if he's showing the potential, if he's giving you that equal part, I'm all for it.
So you agree with the love who love you?
In a sense.
In a sense.
Yeah, I do. Like, he loved me, but I loved him back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's where I kind of lose a little bit. Like, so what if I don't love him back? Because he loved me. No. Okay, so now that we've talked about all of that, this is my last question to you guys. At what point, I asked you this.
On my podcast.
Yeah, do you feel like the relationship is unsalvageable? Like, it don't even make no sense going through, finishing it off, like, cut ties, it is what it is.
Lying plays a big part.
That's why you still single. Everybody lies.
No.
What you got, Charlie?
Respect was my number one thing in
respect.
in my podcast. Respect. Once you don't have respect, and I'm gonna put God in there because I've learned from my Nikki podcast, basically, if they don't love God, they don't know how to treat you.
Right.
They don't know how, if their love for God basically will depend on how they treat you, how they hold you to the utmost, because they've made this commitment to God that I'm going to love my wife as I love the church.
Right.
Boom. So once they do that, I'm all here for it, baby.
Right.
What you got, Nara?
The disrespect, yeah. But I'm definitely more so the lack of communication. That plays a big part in relationships, especially in marriage, whatever. But the lack of communications, I don't think a relationship is salvageable. Because if you can't communicate, why do we need to be together?
Right.
Like, what's the point? And God and all that other God too, of course. But I think everybody should know that. But communication, definitely.
God is the foundation.
Yeah,
So.
but if we can't communicate, it's no point.
Right.
I think I'll say the same. Like, disrespect, like, for one. Like, I feel like you didn't back me up or whatever, or you blatantly disrespected me, I'm going to communicate with you. But, like, if you don't have a valid reason of why, like, you disrespected me, like, what? No, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I'm gonna go with disrespect and communication as well, because that's something that I've learned to, like, I can't be the tit for tat. Like, I have to figure out what's the issue.
So you're basing those two things. Are we coming to a complete conclusion of our generation and marriage, why it's not lasting? Okay. Communication, respect.
and respect. Just like you gotta respect me. Period. Point blank. It is what it is.
I also would like to say, Liv, I'm very proud of you creating this podcast and you bringing motivation and ambition to other women. It's all about empowerment.
Right.
And congrats to Nara and Willow as far as you guys are newlyweds. Congratulations.
1 year.
And 1 anniversary you guys are celebrating as well. Congratulations. And also to Kentrell, you have you giving them body, sis.
Yeah, body.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for empowerment. People success. Like I'm proud of everybody. Y'all goals. Motivation is the key. Black women success.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I see it. Black is beautiful. I admire you guys' ambition. Everybody, doing their own thing, successfully, and I admire that. And don't forget to love yourself.
And shout out to you for loving yourself.
Yes.
Man.
Shout out to you.
All right.
Cammy in the building.
Hey.
So thank you all. I really do appreciate you guys for coming on the show. Like, I was kind of nervous about bringing a group of women together because, like I said on the last episode, I really hope we don't argue and no one gets in their feelings because we're all different people. We've all traveled down different journeys of life, and I really do appreciate you guys like taking this entire 3 hours to come on my podcast and drink wine with me and actually kind of like put it all on the table because a lot of people don't want to share their experiences, but at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. Like, we're on this earth, we're on this planet. We go through these things, we learn and we grow, and I feel like it's up to us to kind of share our stories and experiences to like pull the next generation and pull people around us. And like, if someone doesn't have to go through what I went through because I shared my story, or someone's able to come out of a place because I shared how I got out of it, like I feel like I've done my job, and I feel like God has put me here for a reason. So I do appreciate you all for coming on to the Lived It podcast, where we've not only lived it, but we
survived it.
So, Cammy, Charlie, Nara, thank you guys so much for being here. And tune in next week, Monday, for an all-new episode where we're going to be talking about... I don't know what we're going to be talking about. But it's gonna
I'm sure you got something on that computer because you be just recording
I
stuff.
really do.
Family. Family.
So, tune in next week's Monday. I can't wait to see you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Yeah.